Hail Mary.
Why do you work for...
Well, anywhere else they'd have kicked me out by now. The miller's the last. He says every year...
And you see that as a compliment?
I see a coin in my hand every week. That's all I care about.
What did you do before you started working for the miller?
A bit of this. When I was still a boy, I stirred lye at a tannery. And then let's say not exactly honest work. That's what I'm best at.
What do you think of Crazel?
Is this some kind of test or what? I can think what I want and I keep my... And you ought to do this.
Long time no see, eh?
Crazel gave you an...
Yeah.
Did you come here to make fun of me? Just as soon as she showed up, she gave me hell over that manuscript.
No, not at all. I just need to find... What do you know?
Not much to know. He's half gravedigger and half knacker. He takes care of both dead people and animals.
I'd never have figured that out without your help.
He's my father. And he's a wizard. Same as me.
Yeah, right.
It's true. I was born the seventh son of a seventh son. I have the power of clairvoyance and I can raise the dead. I'm just hiding out with the miller. I've been chosen to save...
Yeah, nice story. But if I'm going to get the miller some saltpeter...
Oh, aye. You're not much. The gravedigger's as boring as you. Also, he knows when he's being lied to, so don't even try...
You see? That's the kind of thing I wanted... So, Zinek.
Oh, I never want to see that shit again. I still have the taste of it in my mouth. And Bonnie and me was taking turns...
Weren't you afraid a dead soul would enter you through it?
What? What?
Dead souls pass time in Niter, Chris. That's why the miller is looking for them.
You fool! We're looking for saltpeter to sell to butchers for salting meat. There's good coin in it.
Well, the miller told me something different.
You can't believe everything he says. A golem in the mill.
You're all just trying to confuse...
Crazel's a good...
What can you tell me about...
Well... You mean Cheeks, or...
Are those nicknames?
Dungus? We always come up with the stupidest name, and nobody sees through them anyway. Bonnie's been here the longest. And I think she likes animals. When I try to talk to her about work or...
What sort of...
Our secret place, where we can quietly plot sneaky...
Behind that boarded-up door?
You know, story... Look, I know Bonnie ordered me to clean up in there. Thanks to you, I'm sure the movement of goods will start... I just haven't... Take care and good night.
It happens! Just watch where you're going. Next.
Time again into my yard.
Then you should have taken it up with him.
How? When he's as deaf as a post? Anyway, that's where I dumped the shit, because that's where you made your dunghill, even though I begged you not to. You know I've got apples on the other side, and they fall right into that shit.
I don't give a fuck! But don't you dare climb over that fence!
A large beer for me.
Here you go. Take it.
Were you at the last match? I didn't see you there. Just... The sermons have been awful lately. If I hear about the woman with 10 silver coins one more time, I'll scream. Maybe we could sneak some wine in. That would make it more bearable. Or just say to dodge it and not go.
What brings you here?
God bless you. All right. Let's hold on now.
God bless you.
Good day. See how easy it is.
Greetings. If I don't have... Greetings. What do you need?
I'm looking for a friend. He's called Capon. I'm sure you'd recognise him. In fact, you saw...
Aye, I saw you. But I ain't bothered, you know. You didn't rob me. Because if...
Well...
He must be some friend if he's scar...
I'm sorry, but that's not your business.
No, he weren't. But I ain't saying I don't know anything. Just that it ain't your... And don't try anything on me. My business. If that Capon wants to see you, I'm sure he'll find you. Yeah.
I'll have a look at the where. I'd like to do something about that.
Sure.
How's this?
Well, if you offer it... Aye, you're convinced. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Are you whistling here? What the hell is that? Is everything all right?
Blessings to you.
Good dog, Mutt. Show me.
Here, Mutt. Search.
I'm Henry. And you...
Ignatius, master of the sod, at your service. Looking for a final resting place, or do you need to bury a dead...
I'm more interested in the grave-digging profession as a whole.
Ah, once you try it, you'll never want to do...
You got a big cemetery here. Pretty nice, too.
Ain't it? But being the gravedigger, I'll never have a place of my own here. They'll throw me by the wall like a dog and bury me without ceremony. But when I'm dead, I won't care. If it was up to me, I'd even bury the suicides in hallowed ground. We're all equal before death and the Lord. This game of better and worse places of final rest don't count for nothing.
What's the story with the dead people?
The story?
But you said there's been a lot of people dying around here recently.
Well, it ain't usual for people to get off by the cartload out here in the sticks, if you ask me.
I don't know.
That might be the reason, then. Look, I'm not suggesting anything. If things keep up like this, I'll be out of work in no time. There'll be no one left to bury.
Being a gravedigger must be a lonely job.
Funny a young lad like you is so interested in grave digging.
Well, I'm only asking.
That figures. Youngsters these days wouldn't know hard work if it bit 'em on the arse. It's no wonder I can't find any help.
Are you offering me a job?
No. I'm giving you a warning.
And how do you know that?
You've got that look.
Could you be more specific?
You just aren't cut out for it, and that's that. A gravedigger needs passion. A sense of duty ain't enough. It's a service, a labour of love, and the meaning of life all in one, lad.
Have you been a gravedigger your whole life?
I did think about it once. If I wanted to be a knacker in Yitchin, but some fool with friends in high places got the job. That really pissed me off, so I said, fuck it. Why might I want to dig graves for people who don't appreciate my...
So you've always been here?
And what of it? Do you think I get bored here? Not recent.
I'm not from these parts, and I've seen a few conciliation crosses.
The same as where you come from, I reckon. They mark spots where the sins of man came to be regretted later.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Aye, like when a fella buries an axe in someone's head over something stupid and then comes to regret it. Or if the law sees to it that he regrets it. The sinner then has to erect a conciliation cross to mark the site of his evil deed.
Where does he get the cross from?
Where do you think? From me.
You're in charge of that too? Stone cutting?
I know how to cut a cross out of stone. And what of it? With the soft sandstone around here...
So they're all your...
I wish. I've only sold 2 or 3 recently. You might find a few stories about them in the village chronicle what's kept at the rat house. All I know is a young fella once jumped off the cliffs near Takoff, and folks say...
Do you know any more stories?
Aye, I do, but I'm not telling you any. I'm not...
Unfortunately, I had to bury both my parents recently.
My condolences, lad.
Thank you. I just don't know if it was done right.
Did you witness their deaths?
Unfortunately. They were killed in front of my eyes.
Oh, I understand that's never easy. But if you closed their eyes and buried them in consecrated ground, you've nothing to worry about.
I dug their grave next to our smithy. We didn't have a church in our village.
Well, that can't be avoided sometimes. Don't let it bother you. As long as I'm certain their souls went straight to heaven.
Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day.
Are you and the herb woman related?
We're not related. We both got some years behind us, and different herb women came to me from time to time for hangman's nooses, or what they do with them is their own business. But Bozhena ain't like the others. She's an honest herb woman. Do you know why they chased her out of town?
I do.
There's a place called Limbus Infantium. Make sure you never send anyone there. Not even by accident, like Bozhena did with Yarushek.
Well, I don't think I'll be going into the midwifery trade, but I get you. Do you know what happened with the bodies from near the pond? Tankard, Conrad.
Who?
Well, you wouldn't know their names. A couple of soldiers.
Oh, aye. I remember them. They all ended up in a pit together right by the cemetery. All I got was a yellow waffen rock for the effort. Getting them out of there was a grind. They was well fed. You could tell right away they was from better parts than this here county.
Yeah, you're right.
Not to worry.
Ignatius, I'm gonna need your help.
Of course. How many are there? Where do you want to bury them? Shall we grind the teeth up, or do you want to take them away in your purse?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Nah, it's actually just a pit full of carcasses. These white crystals for...
Ah, now I get it. You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really?
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Sletigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit...
You want me to help you with your grave-digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
I have a better idea. You tell me where I can find that pit, and I'll give you a nice piece of fresh meat for it.
I won't say no to that. Show me what you have. Oh, aye, fresh meat. What a feast that'll make. Now, listen closely. That pit of yours lies at the end of a long journey that we'll take together on my wagon.
So you got meat out of me for nothing?
When I see how much you lot in Lower Samine are interested in it, I'm not just going to hand it to you on a plate. But thanks for the meat, and don't... Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, and if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcass.
Of course. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honour I've earned as squire.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip... So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boy Snorter and nice and early at daybreak?
Let's get this over with then.
Didn't you understand me? Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. Do you understand?
I understand.
Blessings to you. You have a time master, eh? Much? The dew is still on the leaves. The roads are... You don't need your horse. I'll stay... In any case, heaven... Hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here will take care of... Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Come on, then. Get a move on. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Not exactly. I'm not even from this region. I'm only doing some work for the miller.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too? Nothing to say? You must have something to hide then. We're off to a nice start. Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, boys! Whoa! What's going on here? Come on. Come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
I can't see a thing through those bushes.
You'll go and have a close look. Don't worry. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally. At least we're not blocking the road too much.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
This fella's with him
Hey,
for sure.
Drop
Look,
that right now and get over
why
here.
are you showing that off? Pathetic.
Is that supposed to be a threat? Are you right in the head? That's right. Get off!
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, Henry. Right on time. I asked you about things in Lower Samine, and you swore it was as clean as a well-gnawed bone. You remember, don't you? So now you can deal with this yourself. And please, make sure we leave with the same number of teeth we came with.
Well, what are you after, then?
2 stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some Scruffy and Dunger. What do you have to do with them?
Hey, we've got another one over here.
No, there are all sorts of types roaming around. But why it should be you who punishes them instead...
I got...
Oh, right, well, that's even better. So you extorted the last groschen out of those unfortunate robbery victims and promised them you'd take the law into your own hand. And, unlike us, you confessed to it at the first opportunity. I'm certain you didn't talk to the bailiff about this magnanimous charity, did you? So he's going to hear about all this thievery from me first?
Wait. Look, I might have been a bit hasty. I'll talk to the bailiff Thrush about it first.
That's how it should be.
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them 2 thieves, you tell us right away. Got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe... Did I
What
get
now?
this right? Maybe it...
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcass. The next farm's just up ahead. Here we come, Snorter. Don't worry. That was just a kind of little favour for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
All right, that's what you get. People sin here in their seclusion, thinking they're out of sight of our Lord.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right, I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Lazy bones.
Ugh. Ugh. And another.
God reward you for it.
God don't reward me much, but I'll probably get something from the bailiff for hauling.
Well, I wish you and your helper lots of luck today. May God bless you.
You too. You too. Pigs are heavier than deer, eh?
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Ah, here it is. Wolves must have killed them. They didn't even eat them up. I'll go and tell Ignatius.
Ew. Is this really worth it?
Pretty hefty, hey? They lived like royalty here.
Do you want to keep going or not?
It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own.
Oh, you fool.
I took care of...
Nice work.
Yeah, you'd eat that. They've been lying there, God knows.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't... Let's keep going. Lad, seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Lazy bones. Yeah! Yeah!
Tell me then, what did he give you for it?
God bless you.
Oh, Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking? He's coming from over there.
What are you doing here, Henry?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Now, first, tell me what you're doing here.
He's no beast.
You mean steal him?
For him, it'll be a redemption from that whore. I'll take care of him, in place of my poor dead sniffer.
Bonnie... The gravedigger sent me to kill the dog. He's been paid to do it by the people whose livestock that beast killed. It's the last thing I need to do before he shows me the pit.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zenek and I were here last, I saw how old my sorry. He doesn't give him food. He abuses him. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out. If you want to take him, I won't...
You're a much better Christian than I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before...
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
I set the...
For fuck's sake, we were supposed to get rid of him.
Bonnie from the mill came and took the dog.
Well, fuck me. How much more is that girl going to steal?
Oh, she'll take better care of him than Baysar did. All he needs is to be fed properly.
Surely because if he runs off and ravages something or... Let's go before we start looking...
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
I was expecting some huge hole in the ground. This is just some hollow. 3 piles of earth and that's it.
3 huge piles, you mean to say? True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitre you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably say...
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his evil... Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I...
Who knows? I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses, and eat bread with saltpeter.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see. You didn't have to make such a feast of
it. Look at me. I'm a Lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold. It's salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage, I'd like to take...
Of course. But in return, you have to help me get all this lot buried. So there's some more saltpeter in the making. God bless you, Henry.
Hey, you've had enough. Go home and sleep it off. You're getting married. I'll have a beer. Not around. I'm putting this night.
Here you go. Take it. Good boy. Good boy.
You silly doggy.
God be with you.
Same to you.
Greetings, my friend.
I found the place where we can harvest saltpeter.
You just head out of Troskovitz towards Apollonia, only it's not a pit. The gravedigger Ignatius drove me...
And is it the real stuff?
Yeah. And I think the experience...
Oh, come on. You whine more than Zinnik. It's just commonplace salt. I was hoping it'd be closer. If I sent 2 wagons, it'll...
What should I do?
That means I could make...
Crazul, focus.
Oh, sorry. What were you at? It's right here.
Thanks. How's it going with the golem?
Well, the whole thing is really appealing to a scholar of my field of interest and important for humanity. But certain circumstances have emerged, which, unfortunately...
Wait, what do you mean?
Not for now.
What about all the niter? The life essence?
I admitted to myself it's maybe too much to take...
So, the search for saltpeter was for nothing?
Not at all. The saltpeter will help us create the origin.
God.
As alchemical scholars, to penetrate the diaphanum and find out where it gets its disposition.
Eh?
I'll explain it to you.
Tell me, what's the next task then, Crazel?
From behind the closed gates of Trotsky come quiet whispers. Carrie, do you hear it too?
Yeah, I can hear. Crazel's daft.
No, I hear something else. Scribe Erezim received a trunk from Prague, and in that trunk was...
The document of Hermes Trismegistos?
No, a book. And from an author more venerable than Hermes. It's thin, with a sand-colored cover, embossed. Ordinary at first glance, but the treasure's inside. You might say it's kind of an alchemical cookbook.
So I'd like to know how I'm supposed to get in there.
For some, the gates of Trotsky may appear to be closed, but why try to force your way in when there's...
What person?
Hold on. We've got the Samine wedding coming up. I can't wait to try out my new potion against... What about you? You still need to get...
Things are taking so long with you. Besides, after the taste of Cork...
Well, you better get it back again, because... Start getting ready. You've almost got it, but it still could be a lot. Say a prayer to St. Paul. Maybe he'll send you a few nice things from...
So you'll really get me into that wedding?
No, you're not. But before you start celebrating, we won't be going by ourselves. Or, to be more exact, the 2 of us will... Me as a friend and host, and you as a body...
And who is this mysterious...
A true lady will come to the wedding with us. Radiant as the morning star. All will be stunned by her beauty. And she'll be our lockpick that will find the weak spot in the gate to Trotsky. All it'll take is a little push. And...
What weak spot?
The castle's weak spot is Chamberlain Ulrich, because he himself has a weakness for women. Of all the single damsels at the wedding, ours will be the most noble or not. He's a mortal man, and he'll start to think with his male member. We will watch as he becomes feverish with lust. Soon he'll be begging to take our companion to Trotsky. He'll pretend his motives are pure, so she'll be more comfortable. And when the Chamberlain becomes insistent, you, as her personal boss, naturally, you'll say you won't leave her side so you can defend once in Trotsky. Ulrich will do everything to get you to leave him alone with her. Well, it's not all that. I admit there's a certain element here that makes every... First, we have to find our gracious lady.
What?
Look, she doesn't have to be a lady per se. We just need a wench with a pretty face. We'll get her a nice dress, some perfume. She doesn't...
So a village girl will do?
I doubt an ordinary village. You can find lots of capable girls at the Zhelyov baths, including some who aren't so well. It's true, Dorothy can be... a bit...
Dorothy owns the bathhouse?
Aye, next to the alehouse there. You'll tell her I'm offering enough groschen to buy 2 cows. Or...
All right.
You're a talented, likable youngster, like Knight Roland. And don't forget, we're going to need to dress the girl up and make her smell nice. So, Mintha would...
Where can I find the dress?
What do you think, the butcher's? Go. Bartoszek has just the thing in his shop. A beautiful red dress.
Why that dress?
Because red is the color of love and passion. Ulrich won't know. The dress is likely to be pretty expensive.
Where can I find the perfume?
Emmerich the apothecary might have something. They say he makes some perfume for his wife. Or ask Betty the innkeeper. She may be a god-awful battle axe, but a nice-smelling one. Or get hold of the recipe and make your own Mintha. As an alchemy apprentice, you should be able to manage.
I'll be going then.
Once you've got everything ready for the wedding, we'll meet in front of the fortress gate. There, I'll let our lady in on some other details of our plan. Anyway, you'll be rehearsing your speech to Lord von Berger.
Praise the Lord.
Good day.
You think of what? You haven't been arrested yet for your thievery. Folks, help! For God's sake, help!
So you're saying the number of... What? How dare you show your face around here, you thief!
Go and arrest him, quickly!
Aye, well... You ought to be ashamed! So here you... Now... Surrender at once! Blessings to you. What a way...
All right! You caught me. I surrender.
Now I'll show you. Felt like stealing, eh? Return what you stole and pay for the damages. And if you threw it away somewhere, you're in for it.
Wait a moment. I'm sure we can come to an agreement, can't we? I didn't steal anything. That's mine.
No, it isn't. Don't try and make a fool out of me.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods, and if I find anything else on you that doesn't belong to you, I'll confiscate that too.
Take a look then.
Good. You don't have anything else on you that doesn't belong to you. In that case, an indulgence will suffice. Now be on your way.
This should stop the bleeding. God bless.
Greetings.
He surrendered!
What are you waiting for?
On your way.
Your head was that.
How can I help you?
I'd like to try the...
And did Crazel give you an...
He did. Here it is.
Excellent! Or they could. But as I said, old Fiona is sitting...
So you took my money for nothing?
Easy, lad, easy. We'll sort something out. What if you tried to talk to Dorothy? You're a stranger. Maybe she won't be as sharp with you as she is with us. Go and see her. She manages the baths behind the inn. It's no more than 5 steps.
All right, then. I'll see what I can do.
Hey, I just thought up this song. Listen. Chubby Clark.
Greetings to you. How about some more advice on...
You've come to the right, as clumsy as a blind dog and about as...
I focus...
Talking your way out of a band... What do you want to know?
That's all.
Innkeeper, a beer.
G'day, g'day.
I'm looking for the bar...
But then you found him.
Well, hurry up. There's some fights to be fought.
I know, but my Dorothy has forbidden me.
And can't you just put your foot down? You're the local champion, but you let yourself be commanded by a woman. Everyone will laugh at you.
Someone's laughing at me for listening to my Dorothy? Call those fights. If they dare, I'll let my hands do the explaining.
Did I hear right that you're going to compete in the fights at the tavern?
Aye.
Well, I have...
What do you need?
One of the fighters, named Bohunek,
What about him?
I want you to give him a proper beating, so he won't be able to sit for at least...
And why?
He often comes to see me, pretends he likes me, but last time he came drunk. But then he suddenly knocked the tray out of my hand and started
Wait, he...
No, luckily not. But when I pulled away from him, he hit me so hard I thought he'd knock my eye out.
Bastards like that should get a proper beating. Hitting girls.
So you'll give him a hiding?
You better believe it. He won't put his hands on you anymore.
Thank you. Then come and see me. I'll
Ah, so you changed your mind?
A musician and a fighter.
When you spend as much time as I do in Kneipen und Schenken.
No, I get that.
I've been here a lot.
Where are you headed?
Rüttenberg. So maybe I shall end up in the next tavern or in the Dunghaufen behind the village.
Come and fight.
Wunderbar. Ausgezeichnet.
Here you go.
That is what I like. Just him.
You call that a punch?
So I'm Pesh. I'll show you.
Thanks for the fight.
Aye, you too. Here are your winnings.
Thanks.
God bless.
Have you come to get your ass kicked?
Let's fight.
It'll be my pleasure. But before we start, I'll collect the...
I do.
And now... Get up! Wanker! Just you wait. Just you wait. Fuck you! Fuck that! My, that lad's a kicker. No, you don't. My, that lad's a kicker. Fuck yourself. My, that lad's a kicker. There you go. And you owe me a tooth, you cunt.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
What the fuck are you on about?
That's for Anna. And if I ever hear you touched her again, I'll use my steel instead of my fists.
All right, fine. I'll leave her alone.
Guten Tag. Good day.
Could it?
Does your Dorothy hold you back a bit?
Think whatever you want, but she turned me into a decent bloke. She's only trying to keep me away from...
And what were you before?
A drunken good-for-nothing who could even lose his own soul at dice.
So what did she see in you?
That's a long story, but it involves Dorothy, me, a pitchfork, and...
So?
You better believe... But we have...
The bet sounds good.
That's what I like. Let me enjoy this one last time. Too slow! Too slow! Dorothy was right. I should let the others do the fighting now.
Good fight. Thanks.
You're welcome, lad. You beat me fair and square. But if you want to practice anything or learn something else, come and see me. I'm certain Dorothy wouldn't mind that. Here you go. It's all yours. And from now on, I'm going to make a living through boring but honest work. Don't forget to go and see Lawrence. He has a nice reward waiting for the winner.
I think Bahunek won't be bothering you anymore.
Did you give him a proper licking?
A proper licking? That's an understatement. I beat the shit out of him.
I knew I could rely on you. Unfortunately, I can't pay you for it. I can barely make ends meet myself. But I can sew. Clothes and wounds.
Thanks. That'll come in handy.
And I can also teach you something. How to mix a special ointment or to make a few stitches with a needle. What do you say?
I'd like to learn something.
You have a kind master, hey, doggy?
I didn't realise your head was that full of shit.
What are you here for, friend?
I've known you to.
I defeated all my opponents.
I noticed, and I couldn't believe my own eyes. I thought Fiala would send you home crying, but you certainly deserve to win anyway.
Thanks.
But that still doesn't mean you're the best.
What? I won, didn't I?
Oh, aye. But I've heard from a few people in the tavern that there's this odd fella that lives near Bukovina. They say he could beat the devil himself if he ever met him.
That sounds like a tall tale.
It's no tale. They say he lives in the woods in Kopanina, and his name is... Oh, it starts with B. Bartholomew, Bronislav, something like that.
And if I beat this Bartholomew or Bronislav...
Then there'll be no doubt you're the best fighter in the region.
Sbagliando Simpara.
Your Italian friend. A travelling merchant you had one meal.
Look, I don't want to put the squeeze on you, but when are you going to pay me back?